Hey kids, it is Hex Ray Vision coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studio. Shout out to all my Visioneers in joining us today. Let's start off 1 million families. I'm not sure how this might shake out with the SEC stuff as financial advice or securities or any of that BS. But listen to me. Everything. And maybe I should do this disclaimer a little more, but if you guys invest your money and you lose money, then that's on you. That's not. I'm not responsible for leading you one way or another. And if you make money, that's on you too. You get to keep that money. You don't owe me a percentage of anything you make. You don't get to blame me for any money you lose. So that being said, I just wanted to hang out with you guys, and obviously the chat. We do want to help 1 million families. My goal personally is to help 1 million families through education and information, and try to get as many people to a place where they have more financial freedom in their lives, and they have more options. They can spend time with their family. They can pursue goals and desires, and they can find their purpose in life. Because a lot of us, especially guys, my audience is 99% guys my age, somewhere between 25, 35 and 55. And a lot of us in the Western world, we're trying to provide for our families. We're trying to give them everything that they need and that they desire. We're trying to build a home and just take care of the people we love. And usually that requires throwing ourselves into a career or a job. And sometimes what pays the bills isn't necessarily, what matches what we got inside, what we value. Usually we're valuing other things: freedom, choices, respect, I don't know, getting more, making a better impact on the earth than we do at our jobs. Some of us have jobs that align with our values and that provide a lot of meaning and service. But a lot of us, if we're working, a lot of the high paying jobs in America are moving heavy machinery, trucking, driving, mines, plants, things around the U.S. that build the U.S. and supply the U.S. with its needs. And that's great. That's a service that is obviously valuable. That's why they pay for it. But that doesn't always, at the end of the day, you might have moved a certain material from point A to point B. And, in the grand scheme of things, that helps, that may help some people's lives get better, but it might not align with your vision. So anyways, it's good to see you guys. 1 million families. Imagine if we had 1 million families that had the time to spend pursuing and improving the world, and really spending time on earth doing what they feel like they were here to do, feeling like whatever their passion is, whatever their mission is in life, that would be awesome. So, oh man, we got a bunch of people showing up in chat. Like I said, the link is in the top of the chat. If you guys want to join me in the green screen, or if you guys want to the green room or on screen, let me know. This is a debut, the debut of a brand new shirt. Hexray Chick's not a big fan of it. She thinks I look like I belong in a mariachi band. But when I found it at the store, I noticed, it looks just like a pattern, but when you focus really close on it, it's actually dice. See that? So it's a pattern of dice that make up the pattern. So I thought that was sweet. It was on sale. There was a bargain for sure. No shave tail pulse chain. Let's get those let's look like a hybrid of men and goats. Like like one of our parents was a goat, one was a human. Let's get that going on. Post a pic in Twitter, and I'll definitely retweet it. As you can see on my phone behind me, I was just listening to RH Max and Fashion Coder. Awesome stream. Check that out. They're talking about some of the equipment they use, how they got started, and some of the challenges they run into. And they're both hexagons I definitely look up to. So that's cool. Let's run through the chat here. We got Red Squirrel. Oi oi. Visioneros assemble. Francis Powell, that's awesome. Good to see you, man. Acrylic art. Kamami, ho ho ho. Oh my goodness. That is I'm a huge fan of acrylic art. Huge fan. If you guys have seen some of the art that I've been posting or retweeting on Twitter, that's got just the sickest mix of AI, and I think there's another software that he uses as well to blend those. Those are awesome. MJ Money, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Serena, dude, I was so good. I see you. I see you all over the place, and definitely your stream with Lindsay was awesome. You did a great job on that stream, and of course, Lindsay. All the love to Lindsay. She's like my sister. I love her. Her and Adam, good peeps. Vibra Finance. So Amicable C, glad to see streamer. Sup, y'all. John's been reading my script. David Lee, good to see you, man. I see gray. Yeah, there. I don't know. Are you saying like the gray in the beard? Yeah, I'll tell you about that. Actually, I've got a couple of stories to tell you that are crypto related that I just found out recently. I can't even believe. Bobby, Hexy Bobby's in the house. Hey, what's up, Hexy Bobby? I'm here for the big payout. Hexy Bobby is a recent Cuatro Cinco Hexagon, so he's going to get a fatter payout today than we normally do, and we're going to go over that. I can't believe what the payout is today. It's insane. 63. Oops, too late for me. 63. I'm not sure you're referring to Daniel Vogel. Hey all, 10.77 hex daily payout. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up here. KD in the house. Hey all, bang bang. I'm still chilling in the VA parking lot, waiting on the old man. He was in the chat with Fashion Coder RH just a second ago. Nate Stakes, what is up? How are you doing? Are you grinding at work today? I imagine you are. See you in San Diego, Nate. Yes. Like I said in my the chat on the live stream, I'm going to be driving the Cuatro Cinco Studios down to San Diego, and I'm actually getting some work done on it in California in the week between the birthday party and going and hanging out with some Hexicans in LA the following weekend. And then that week, in between Hex's birthday and the party, is Hex-Ray Chick's birthday. So we'll have to see what trouble we can get into in California. Oh, thanks. No, thank you. Acrylic art, Kamami. I'm a big fan, and I've been doing a deep dive into not just AI art, but NFT art, and just kind of the way things are going, where there's a crazy mix going on right now of some of the cool software that people use and just regular art in general. Like, people are making some really striking and visually beautiful images, and you're definitely on the top of my list of favorite artists I've been discovering. So some love for David Lee. Brisk gonna be in San Diego, correct? I don't know, man. I hope so. That would be cool. Vets, no yacht for me this year. Yep, Vibra. Shout out to Vibra. More like more like a pontoon. How about like a raft? How about a Walmart raft that pops halfway through going out on the lake? No wrenches, but the beard has grown out nice since Texas. Yeah, non wrenches. Oh wait, you're seeing gray. I know what you're talking about. Hang on, hang on. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Ambic will see you and John. I think John's might be trolling a little bit. 63. Oops, too late for me. Oh, I see. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about my demographic. Ah, I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, okay. So let me fix this gray in stream. We can't be having that. Okay, well, I'm obviously not going to do girls 18 online. Uh, I appreciate the views, but I'm probably not going to wrench those. In fact, that's what all the wrenches are for, is to take care of girls 18 online. All right, so John and Daniel Vogel and Amicable C, I want you guys to stop whatever you're doing. If you're driving, pull over the car. If you're typing, just stop. Just reach down into your pocket, and you're going to find some amazing gift down there. It's going to be probably stainless steel, chrome coated. It's a wrench, baby. You got a wrench. You're part of the family. You're part of the Visionaries. You're part of us. You're part of the Blue Army. Congratulations. You get a wrench. And that's the way we like to play here. So everyone gets a wrench that I recognize that has some manners, except for Girls 18 Online, which is great because you guys can find love on a new dating site. So those of you guys that are looking for love and have access to the internet, that's pretty awesome. I can't see anything that would go wrong if you went onto that website. Davis in the house, 100%. What if the second yacht was a nominal fee, just help to cover the gas? Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. I like that. Vets in crypto, man. Hexray making peeps work today. Oh, Vets in crypto. I'll be at the Fullerton, California meetup December 3rd. Oh, I didn't know there was a meetup December 3rd. That's cool. Blow up mattress that deflates in the middle of the ocean. Hexray going to Hex meetup cruise. I don't know. I really, really want to go on the cruise. I really don't know if I want to fly to Miami for the cruise, because if the cruise was like closer for me to hop on, hop off, because we're already flying to Miami for Christmas for a cruise for the fam. So we'll be doing a little vlog of that with we'll be bringing you guys along with our Christmas cruise. But I don't know if I want to turn around, hop back. Although, I don't know. I also want to go do a tour of Florida and visit all of our Hexagon peeps out there. So I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know when I start putting things together. Nate Stakes, a kayak for me. Motorboating for me. Okay, well, Vets in crypto. Motorboating is, I think you're referring to something else there. I don't know if you're actually referring to Seacraft. She said she was 18. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat over there? Bristology, good call. In that case, I sub in my blown up mattress for some driftwood. Uncle Will, I fat fingered an HSI bid this morning. The value of the stake was about 380. The one, or 381. It was after was over 5K. Someone came and outbid me for the HSI, so I already got a big payout today. That's awesome. Way to go, man. Way to go. David Lee, Wrench Army. Yeah, and see, some of the emojis just show up as a square here, so I'm not sure what that one is, but better take my wrench. And then we got Briz with a risky click of the day. What could go wrong there? I'm guessing it's actually the payout. But yeah, that definitely looks sus. Everybody wins. Hexy Cat. Wookin Panub and not a Wong Paces. Wookin Panub. I know exactly what you're referring to there. As soon as I actually saw it, that's an old Saturday Night Live skit with Eddie Murphy where he does Buckwheat sings the hits. Wookin' Panub in all the wrong places. Wookin' Panub. Yeah, go. That's guy. In fact, we need the link to that to that Saturday Night Live skit. That's pretty dang funny. Wow, 10 hex today. Nice. Uh, San Diego is the cruise. Wait, San Diego. So you're saying there's a cruise in San Diego besides the one that's coming out of Florida in April? Let me know. Let me know. There's a second yacht for cheap. Hit up NW_Hexens for details. That's good to know. That's good to know. What's the date of the cruise in San Diego? Is that before or after the party? Let me know. Let me know. Buckwheat. Yeah, buckwheat. Do those. Briz party. Woohoo! A friend of a friend deal. Seriously. That's awesome. That's way awesome. Dude, I got someone in the green room here. Unfortunately, they don't got a mic or a camera yet. So I'm gonna wait until I get a mic and a camera there and they give me a thumbs up before I throw them on screen. But we do have someone in the green room, Daniel, possibly Daniel Hulk. In fact, because he's someone in here. So here's YouTube. Click my link. That's very aggressive, Briz. I don't feel like that's really consensual right now. If I feel coerced and I click your link. Red squirrel, don't click that link. I almost choked on my coffee. Excuse me. All right. December 2nd. Excuse me. San Diego celebrating Hex birthday with KSB. Okay, so the cruise or the yacht trip is the same as the same day as the party at the club, I believe, right? Daniel Polk. Hey, friends. Hey, Daniel, are you the one in the green room? Give me a thumbs up and see if you can give me just so I know you got some, at least audio. Join the chat. Yeah, mine was Eddie Murphy. That stuff is so funny. Touch it. The link is fine. Dude, the link is fine. Touch my link. Okay. +1 in the chat if you want me to do the risky click of the day, and -1 if you think that it's most likely malware. He says it's not me. I would have a camera mic. So yeah, so we're waiting for Daniel. We got someone named Daniel in the green room. It says the device not connected. So we'll wait until we see if we get them on there. Let's see if they want to join. Quick, someone get Hex Revision and give them the Heimlich. 4 years as a sonar tech in the USN. That's enough cruising for me, says Uncle Will. Yacht in the harbor. Oh, so you're just chilling on there. That sounds like a lot of fun. And then Belly, the Hexagon. I think that's also an emoji. It's not showing up. Finbear, big payday. Someone fat fingered it. I don't know, man. There's so much fun and silly stuff going on. And I don't see an end to this bear market yet. Like I don't see an end in sight with all the stuff going on, both in the macro and then the micro. I don't know. Hector the Protector, just click the tip, LOL. Oh, just click, just the tip, just the tip. I can't figure out how to chat. Yes, I'm that old. I love that. And then we also have Not the Opposition also hanging out in the green room. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up or jump in the private chat. Let me know if you're ready to join. All right, we got a bunch of +1s for that link. I want to go back up to the risky click of the day link here. Let's see the first one right here. Oh wait, no, I'm not clicking on the girls 18 online. I'm going to skip that one. I still don't know why that's there. We should if we could just have one person in the chat, ban them, time them out, get rid of them. That'd be great. I'm not asking for anyone in particular. Just one of you 83 people that have a wrench. There we go. Click. The link is fine. Jiminy Christmas. Looking for that first link that you sent me. There we go. This is the link right here. I'm gonna have to go to the other one here and copy and paste. This feels bad. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. This is a link to the meetup. Let's throw this on here really quick. This isn't half as bad as I was imagining. All right, let's share the screen. Chrome tab, image, boom, boom, share. Here we go. Okay, so now that I'm frozen with my eyes closed. Come celebrate Hex's 3rd birthday party with beers at the Brewery in Fullerton, California. No cover charge. Buy your own beer. Meet and talk fellow enthusiast Hexicans. December 3rd, 1 p.m. till closing at the Brewery. So there you go. That's the meetup. So thank you very much for sharing that. Let me go back here to private chat. So not the opposition says all good. No cam okay. Yeah, no cam's okay. I mean, we'll join in here. Let's add you to stream. Not the opposition. You ready to roll? You ready to talk?
Yeah, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you. Great. I was just sharing the link to the meetup December 3rd in California. So,
Excellent.
In Fullerton, California. So yeah, you're here chilling with us. What do you think about the payout today? Have you checked that out?
No, what's the Whalebot giving the old T-share rate at today?
It's up at 10.77. Like like a stupid payout, dude. I mean that's insane right there. Let's see if I can pull up this other clip here. I think we got buckwheat. If we got buckwheat, I probably won't be able to play it because it'll definitely everything on the internet, including it. Actually, me singing "Wooking Panub" and Adawang Paces, that probably also already copyright struck. This copyright stroke
It'll
struck.
ding you.
Copyright struck.
It'll ding you.
Yeah, I've seen people just play songs on the guitar and get copyright struck. It's insane. So.
Yeah, Hexo's last stream got like when I was clicking on it, it had because he did the final countdown for like half a second at the end.
Yeah, and that struck that one.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch his video after it was played for a couple hours or something.
Yeah. So 21 and over to that Fullerton one. Yeah, I was having trouble playing that too because I was watching on that one, and I don't know, man. It's no good that we have to be so defensive, on this stuff. It's kind of sad that we got to be so defensive, but that's when you're dealing with big daddy government. What are you gonna do?
Gubernaro, I don't even know what to call him these days. It's just like a Orwellian dream.
I call him like the gang, like the mob,
Yeah.
Like honestly, that I look at them as like they have a monopoly of violence in this specific area. That's kind of what government is. Let me see if I can unfreeze my beautiful face for 2 seconds, and then I'll see if I can pull up that YouTube link and see if it's not going to get me in too much trouble.
Yeah, I usually just call them mind control. It's just like what you're legally allowed to think is what they tell you.
Right. Well, and there's so many parallels between money, how money works, and how government works, because government is also a shared fiction that human beings have, right? I mean, it's like,
well,
it's not something that occurs in nature. Like money doesn't occur in nature, right? You really don't see too many animals using a form of currency or payment between each other. There's food and repopulating, and that's about it. Fight, flight, freeze, sleep, reproduce. That's what you see in nature. But there's only a handful of animals that we've observed using food or something as money. and mostly it's things like ravens or monkeys or dolphins. You know what I mean? Like very the top of what we understand is intelligent. So just like that with government, it's kind of crazy because think about it. If I for some reason thought that I didn't want people speeding because it was dangerous as a civilian or a private person, and I started trying to pull people over and tell them they owed me money for being dangerous, they would, I would probably just get beaten up or ignored, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have that right personally.
Yeah. Other countries like put a little perspective on things because a lot of places is just like cops, even certain places that in America, like you just bribe them and they leave you alone. So it's like,
Yep.
I mean, they're just pirates of the land.
Yeah, that's kind of how I look at them too. Is like it's the mob, it's extortion. It's like, all right, well, here we think that this level of extortion and control is okay, and then over there they think that that level of extortion and control is okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I did pull up the I did pull up the link, and it's really short, but I'm still not going to chance it. But it's definitely it's Eddie Murphy doing Buckwheat sings the hits. It's very funny. Very funny stuff. And then while I'm at it, why don't I freeze myself again and pull up the payout? Oh my gosh, here's trouble. Here's trouble right here. Um,
Hey
The,
guys, how's it going?
the
you bet, you bet.
brisologist.
The
And
brisologist.
I'm not ignoring Daniel in chat. It just says device is not connected. So we wouldn't be able to hear him until he figures out how to hook up a microphone. So he's still in the green room, but I'm not ignoring you, Daniel. Dude, Briz, what's up? Did you make that that announcement for the Fullerton meetup?
I tweeted. I've tweeted it, but I don't have much of a following, so I'm not sure how many people have saw it. You obviously haven't seen it yet.
No. I knew that there was more than one thing going on. And again, I'm frozen because I'm gonna try pulling up the t-shirt right here.
Hey chat. Hey, how's it going, everybody in chat?
Yeah. So this doesn't show today's on the chart, but if you look at the top of the screen under current daily payout, it's 10.771 right now.
A lot of penalties today, huh? A lot of penalties.
I'm gonna try to refresh it. Still 771, but it could go. I mean, we've got 3 hours for people to freak out and hit the panic button. So
95.7 million hex in penalties.
That's EESing, or is that a hack?
Yeah.
Or
a lot of those are EESing, I think, right?
People are just terrified from the ultimate FUD of hexologists not being able to stream anymore.
I don't know. It makes you wonder, like, are some of the people selling some of their bags for legal fees? Are some of these people thinking that we are on the way to a penny, so you might as well cash out at 3 cents and then pick it back up at a penny? Because
I didn't realize today is the anniversary of Big Payday.
Wait, today is?
I thought that's what somebody said.
November 17th. Let's see.
And today,
well, if you look at some of the, you can actually see that crazy spike on here. If you go to their homepage, and then I saw hex staking data. So if you go to hex staking, and then let me see if I can find the chart. So if you go to the chart of staking by date right here, wait, where was it? Somewhere it showed the past stakes. And you could see that insane spike on Big Payday where everyone staked for 1 day trying to get the payout, right? Total supply, T-shares.
November 27th.
That was the day. Oh, you know what? That's right, because we were going into that was like the week of Thanksgiving, right?
I just
Last year.
I just did a little calculator from Google, and I just put 350 days. They messed up. They did December 13th. So it is November 17th then. because this is 350 days from December 13th, but Hex launched on December 3rd. So that would make today the big payday anniversary.
Holy cow. And look at
So,
this one actually shows the 10 right here of today. And then this was that crazy one we had a while ago when we hit 13 back in August 27th.
you know, I always had I guess a theory or like what the OA could do. And if honestly, it kind of adds up with the big payday today. Just think of this as an incentive for people to get into Hex. What if the OA every big payday, every anniversary, just nuked a whole bunch of its own stakes and just gave a big old reward for everyone being inside the system?
Is that at all possible with what this what these EESs are coming from? Has that any chain analysis of that being a thing, or you're just pontificating?
Pontificating, but you know, you don't know which daughter wallets belong to the OA. And so, you know, I mean, it just doesn't make sense that someone would nuke their stack over like 20 days or something, or 12 days left, and they could collect all of their principal and interest, and yet they're nuking it right now. That doesn't make sense.
So yeah, so what is? Oh, I guess like you can look on the Hex Whale bot or whatever and see the actual what penalty and how long this link stink was or whatever. I'll pull. I haven't checked Twitter today.
Yeah, I do know that there was a lot of click my link. Let's get this violent guy in chat. He's crazy.
And yeah, so there's one that was done 5 hours ago. 100-day stake, 3 months, served 78 days, and lost all of his reward.
Well,
He didn't lose any of his principal. I mean, just a tiny bit, but
principal. Yeah, that's one of those things that maybe a lot of people don't know is that anything like if you unstake anything under 90 days, that there's a specific like you have to have a stake at least 180 days and go at least 90 days before you get big penalties. Anything under 90 days get like some people might not know that. So maybe they just didn't know and they're just like, oh, let me unstake this and sell because whatever. Maybe they didn't know. There's a lot of idiots in Hex, that's for sure.
Well, and you know, I mean, life happens too. There was a lot of people before the HSI stakes came out that they did what we were supposed. You're supposed to 5-5-5-5 because that's where you delay the most gratification and get the highest yield, right? But you know, there were a few people that had terminal illnesses and big health problems, and they're like, even if I EES for the next few years, I'm not going to get anything from this stake. And I wish there was a way for me to sell or transfer this value. And then when the HSIs came out, it was like, okay, well, now we actually have a marketplace for you to get paid for your amount of delayed gratification to some point. Because someone out there is going to be like, man, those are some crazy T-shares. I'm more than happy to take that off your hands for some USDC or some Ethereum, right? Or liquid hex. They could shoot them liquid hex. But hopefully, you know, we can keep all that hex off the market, you know?
Yeah,
you know?
12 days is a lifetime for some people, apparently.
The final countdown. That's what got his thing banned for.
You just got me banned. That was all it took. We're done. Right? We're cooked.
Every note was perfect.
I am a classically trained nothing high schooler. I'm a classically trained high schooler.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was once in Glee Club. That's my, you know, just say that, and then they know, oh, this guy's a pro.
Yeah. Okay. It's the second tweet on the Hex alerts that it was 100 days, they only did 78 days. Like what? And then they lost that much or a bunch.
They must have wanted to catch a wave or catch something and cash out.
They wanted to catch the bottom.
He played the whole
Unfortunately,
awful song "Blow Dried Hair." Vets and crypto, nothing like blowing your wad. Don't get flagged because of me. It ain't worth it.
It was a lemon party at the very end. It was amazing.
I was there for that. I was standing next to my truck in a gold mine, listening to that insanity go down,
Dude,
and I was dying. I was laughing. It was insane.
I was covered in lemonade by the end of that stream.
It was like a shower, right?
Yeah, like a golden shower of lemonade.
I was leading that way. You said it.
Actually, it did look like a golden shower with all the lemons falling down.
Sandy Beach is in the house. Vets and Crypto posting the 3 wise monkeys. Briz. Just in time. Hello, Hexray, Briz, and everybody. OMG, Briz. Rule number 1: always click Briz's links. I don't know if that is rule number 1. I don't know if that's safe.
That's a risky move.
Hexy says, "What's good, Briz? Yo, Briz."
What's up, Hector?
Briz, show us your pew pew.
That will really get you taken down.
That and nipples, male or female. They do not like that here. There's a lot of love in the chat for everyone. The one wallet the other day was EES, could have been hacked. That's what they're saying. There's like 1 million hex each. That's insane. Back in the day, 1 million hex wasn't a lot of money. Like a million hex was like
$100,
$100, $300 for a long time. And so when you had this big pile of 20 or 50 million hex, you didn't feel like a millionaire back in the day. You just felt like, I hope it hits a penny. I hope it hits 10 cents, right?
Let's see.
Yeah, November 21st I'm finally catching up to them talking about the big payday. I have to look from Tuesday. It's when all the well bots post, so they were way early, a lot of them.
On day 25 of Hex was the first time you could get day 19 was the first day you could get 1 million Hex for 1 Ethereum.
Wow.
December 20th.
And 1 Ethereum back then was like $70-$80. It might have been 60 actually, because that was the bottom of the 21 bull.
December 20th, 2019. Let's see what it was.
Also, shout out to 69mega.com. Fill life with emotions and find love. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. Any of you guys that are lonely, you need a safe place on the internet to go with your credit card information and personal information. I'm here to share that. Here to share that love with you guys. That's actually what's going to get me hit with an SEC letter right there. Is actually trolling and joking about these love sites, finding love in all the right places.
Yeah, you're paid by the 69love.com people. Yeah, not disclosing.
I'm not disclosing all of these dating websites. I love that we're calling them dating websites. And I love Briz earlier. He said boomers only. We should start a boomers only club for all the old guys in here. Casey, any hex left? So what was
it? Was $120 back then.
Okay, so you got 1 million hex for basically $120 plus fees, and fees back then were like 25 cents, 10 cents.
No, like 3 cents.
They were. I remember when cheap. The fees hit 10 cents, and I was livid. I started getting really mad when they hit 25 cents, and I was onboarding my family and friends at that time, and they're like, "All right, let's do this." I'm like, "No, the fees 25 cents today. That's unacceptable. We will wait till tomorrow till it gets back down to 8."
I remember hearing about gas fees, and I was just like, why would I pay gas fees? Like, gas on every level is like, you go to the gas station, like, I don't like paying that gas. Like, why would this like, I guess it's the way things are, people understand it, but why would this way of doing things be introduced into a digital like ecosystem or whatever. Like the idea of paying gas to do anything is just like, as soon as I heard it, I was just like, this is dumb. Like, this is not going to work out. And then it ended up being, a situation where it was manipulated like our current, like you're paying, Rockefeller prices for oil,
Well,
gas.
you do need some kind of gas fee. You need there to be some kind of charge. Otherwise, you're going to get just unlimited spam. So you need to make it economically not worth it to spam.
Yeah, with bots and whatnot.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, and I was arguing. I got in that argument with Maddie, where Maddie's like, I was saying when the miners back in the day would take advantage of spoofing and spamming the network as much as they could, because it was worth a little bit of money to spoof the network to jack up the prices on all
For
the
everybody
transactions.
else.
For the transactions people were willing to pay $100, $200. I spent $300 and $500 several times to get a transaction to go through back in the day during the bull run.
Yeah, I had a fail transaction at like $200 or $300.
Oh, that stuff like makes your eyes roll back in your head with anger.
Yeah, but the next one went through and it turned out to be profitable. So
that's really good. But that's when you'd go and I would teach everyone to jack up the GUI, go in there and manually kick it up to make sure, hopefully on your swaps and on your stakes, that it would go through. So if it was 300, I'd say, you know what, it's better to pay 320, 350 and get it through than to pay 300 twice.
Yeah, for sure.
It's nuts. Hexo's final dance with Richard Hart cutout was epic. There's so many memories that I have of watching and hanging out with Hexo when I was at work that it feels like I spent 2 years hanging out with Hexo every day. You know what I mean? Like Hexo doesn't feel that way, but I do, because I mean he was there with me, and it was, I can't express how much I appreciated that daily dose of the adoption amplifier and all the cool things we did. It was awesome. Big Payday was November 19th. I got in 2 days prior. That's insane. 19th. Yeah, it was November 19th. It definitely was. Yeah. Now I know the OA had a whole bunch of expiring stakes. And so when we see people go in and good account, and we have really good paydays from good accounting, they are attributing some of those to finding some of the OA's bleeding stakes.
Yeah.
Doing the good accounting. I know that. I don't know about these EESs. It doesn't seem like the OA would do that. Even though the OA gets a copy of those penalties, it still doesn't seem like OA behavior, because the OA behavior is always like an example of what we should do, right?
Yeah. Who's usually doing those good accounting functions on the OA?
An African priest.
African priestess. No,
usually,
back in the day, John Wick was doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Posting it.
I was gonna say Keanu Reeves, but yeah, it was John Wick.
Mm-hmm. Vets and crypto, hugs are free. That's right. Hexicat, you seem like a hugger. No, I did get a hug from Vets and Crypto at Nagabo's mansion party. That was awesome. That's where I met him, and I thought for a while he looks a lot like Naruto for the win. So I was watching him all weekend in Vegas. I'm like, man, Naruto looks good. Like Naruto's been doing some anti-aging stuff, right? And then I'm like, you look like you're related to Naruto. He's like, no, I'm Vets and Crypto. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've been talking to you forever online.
I gotta wear his captain's hat at the pool party.
Remember the good times when we were young and fit, and now we're old and like back to the Hex dumpster. Twitter, Free Pulse IO. Yeah, today's dumper. So this is today's dumper. Let me see if I can pull that one up here.
And they're out. They are out. Well, I don't know. They dumped 277 million X.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly.
That's pretty good.
Do you guys happen to know what league they were in?
That must have been a dolphin or a shark. But I actually ended up picking up some hex this morning at about 3 cents. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, a guy I know had a limit order placed, and it worked out for him.
I had a limit order placed at 1.5 cents all last week.
Yeah.
Didn't even go through.
It's not pulling up that Twitter for me right now.
Yeah, but if you're not using matcha.xyz, like, what are you doing with your life?
You're degenerately
Slipping.
gambling,
They're
Yeah,
slipping.
slipping.
or yeah, even like with the seller, like the guy, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what? You can just set a limit order, and you're not a retard.
Again, what if it's a benevolent
Yeah.
OA
Yeah.
throwing away this money, giving us a reward just for being here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially to the stakers. If you're staked right now, then you're a Hexagon.
I
Like,
mean, just imagine every year the OA, early end staking like 200 million hex.
Yeah, here's today's dumper. I found it by looking up free pulse IO status here. So they sold 277 million hex for $8,579. Is that correct? Or current liquidity hex USDC ETH market sell slippage 43%.
I see. So it would be worth 8.5 million and you'd only get 4.9
because
so
of the slippage.
Yeah, you lose almost half of it.
Dang. That's crazy. Uncle Will says spam the like button. Yeah, that's a better kind of spam than all these adult websites, dating websites.
they sold. That's the transaction, or what? That's current liquidity. What the hell is that?
I think that was what theirs was. Current liquidity. So there's 354 million hex and almost 10 million USDC, and then about almost a little under 1,500 ETH. It looks like, and then so when they slipped it, price impact. So they added 6.6 million to the liquidity, right? Resulting liquidity. Is that liquidity they added? I'm not sure. You can go to that one, the wells, put on your Ethereum address. It'll show you how much gas you expect. Yep. Hard lessons learned. You go to that one website, put your Ethereum address. Yeah, I did do that, and I'm not willing to disclose publicly what my fees were during the bull run. It is stupid. People have bought nice
how much
cars
you spent in gas?
for how much I spent in gas fees during the bull run. ETH gas fees. You can put in your addresses, and it adds it up, and it was insane. Totally insane. Toxic Hedgehog just stopping by to hit the like. Thanks, Toxic. Appreciate that. You did delete one of his messages, Bristology, so I'm not sure what his other message was.
When you time them out, it just deletes them all.
Oh, okay. All right, got to pick up some more hex this weekend. It'd be nice to get some under 3 cents. J-Man, reach inside your pocket. You got a wrench, buddy. We gotta keep this chat as blue as possible, baby.
So I'm looking at mine. It says I've spent over 17 grand in fees.
Yeah. It makes a part of your
Worth
soul. It is worth it, but then like the part that hurts my soul is thinking of if you had been able to keep most of that in hex. Like that's the part that just racks my brain is what did these miners do that was worth that much money? And like I said, that was the argument I had with Matty. He's like, well, these guys made this platform run and allowed hex to exist, and I agree with that to a point, but if they weren't there, someone else would have taken advantage of the situation, right?
The silver lining is that at the current market price, I've only actually spent 90, like 10 grand in fees instead of 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what the basis of ETH was when they're calculating that.
Yeah, I think it was the day that you run it. I think that it just times it by the current price of ETH. Crypto Sloths in the house. Slothy, what's up? Sandy and Squirrel, what up? Yeah, a lot of Hexa Chat, what's good? Got to catch up with you on the podcast. Crypto Sloth, if you've got enough time on your lunch break between classes, dental classes, jump on here and you can eat your bologna sandwich and talk with us anytime. Katie Briss knows. I still don't have the new emoji. Boo.
Yeah, neither do I.
BitBump. This is someone that lost money. Lost some money with the CFI boys and now needs some money to survive. Oh wow, that's a really good theory. Like one of these person may have like lost their nest egg and their a lot of their liquidity and USDC in FTX or one of those other people that have fallen apart. And that's, guys, it's just the beginning. Like FTX is not the last one to fall.
It kind of if that's true, it reminds me of like the movie where the guy gets hit with a spear and then he just drives it through himself. You know what I mean? He's just like, he's walking forward, like just like,
yeah, it's like, why suffer here? Let me just end it, man. J-Man says, gonna pick up some Hex this weekend. It'd be nice to get some under 3 cents. It definitely would. Did you hear my name? Let's see, Sandy B. Believe it's emojis for gifting membership. Blue Bum, hear your name. I don't know if he's probably referring to
what's up, Bluey?
I hear
Blue
my
Bum.
name?
Blue Bum. I've been catching up with you on a lot of other people's streams, and yeah, you always bring a ton of information, and the way you describe things and explain them is top notch. Blue Bum,
the bluest of bums. He's never afraid to take like an opposing view.
No, he's not. He doesn't run from a fight.
And isn't he the he has the achievement of the longest question ever asked to Richard Hart?
Yeah. Oh wait, there we go. That's what he's saying. He said blue. So he said we needed the bluest of chats, and so Blue says he makes the chat even bluer.
Oh,
I love that. Yeah, thanks for throwing up that StreamYard link again. Jump on here, Blue, if you got a second. 69mega.com is your AI help. You know what? I'm going to quit doing fake ads for the adult websites, and I'm going to go back to my fake ads for Little Caesars Pizza. Folks, it's been a long day. You're hungry. You don't want to cook food. Just stop in for a hot and ready pizza. It's sitting there. It's ready to go. It's $5 or $6. You can upgrade to the extra most bestest, which has all the cheese and pepperoni your heart desires, for just $2 more.
For the cost of one Ethereum transaction fee.
Way to bring it into perspective, man. Yeah, for what you spend in Ethereum transaction fees, you could be feeding your whole family delicious pizza. So stop by your local Little Caesars today. Stuffed crust is amazing. It's good. And thin crust, dude, I can eat a whole thin crust by myself.
Pizza is basically a vegetable, right?
It really is, because it's got tomatoes in it. Is that where you're going?
Tomatoes and vegetables and
right.
A little bit of bread. Boom.
Yeah, think about all the crust. The crust is made from flour. Flour is a grain. And if you believe the food pyramid from 100 years ago, that's totally accurate. All you need is grains.
Yeah, that's the base of the pizza too. That's the base of the pyramid. It makes sense.
A pizza is basically the food pyramid, if you think about it.
Yeah, I've made a pizza. I used to work with pizza, making dough day in, day out. I love pizza. The starchiness, the fucking it's not pasta. It's just like substance.
Gluten.
It's glue. Yeah. It's literally glue that you're as soon as you eat bread, it just turns into glue inside of your body. So it's kind of like going back to grade school and eating straight glue.
Yeah.
Dude, cooking pizza in a real pizza oven that's like turned up to like 515, 525. There's nothing like that.
Hey.
Hey,
Dude,
guys.
Blue Bum.
The wrench punter.
I
This
appear.
is so good. It says Michelle Obama thought so. Yeah, Michelle Obama loved pizza.
You can put me on the
Oh, that's a bad one.
What?
That's the
We're
whole.
just-
It's a
we're-
vegetable.
We're innocently talking about pizza, Blue Bum. I don't know where you're going with this, but we're trying
the
really hard to be like.
I think the
last
direct quote
dreamer
for the
standing.
Obamas. I think the direct quote from the Obamas was hot dogs or something about them.
Yeah.
$65,000 worth.
Hey, you can put me on the bottom so the people that you pull up aren't covering up Blue Bum's face, since I'm not a person
Let me
talking.
see if I can do that. Oh, wow,
It
that
might
was
crash
cool.
everything.
Boom.
Oh, perfect. Success.
Boom.
That's,
Yeah,
that's called professionalism.
I should have you on my stream more often. We still got Daniel in the chat or the green room. I'm gonna actually remove Daniel, just so we have more room there. Not to be rude, but maybe he can get back on and get his microphone working. Gluten, yum. Yeah, it's all about the gluten, baby. Once you put enough glue in your body, good things happen, right? Right,
Yeah.
Blue Bum? I don't know.
Gluten us holds it all together.
Yeah, it preserves your body.
It's the glue that holds everything together.
It definitely is. So we got this insane payout today, Blue Bum. 10.7 as it stands right now. The payouts we've been getting recently with Icosa and Hedron and the Whatsas has been ridiculous. Like if you staked, if you caught that first week of Icosa and Whatsa, you're already at 100% for the year.
No.
At least
Nearly.
some of us are. Yeah, you're nearly at 100 for now. But basically, because we did it in less than 6 months, you're really at 200% APY, give or take. Some of us are.
I think today's going to be a big payout as well. I think Dev Huey just put up somewhere that I think 216 Hedron has been burnt today so far. So
Yeah,
we're going to see some nice yields in those pools today. In
I
about 2.5 hours.
I've been really wondering, like I kind of got into the or a guy I know got into and you can hardly so you're saying, like, depending on what you put into the NFT, you're like breaking even with what you put in, or is that based on something else?
Not quite. It's hang on, let's go have a look.
It's kind of like the leagues in Hex.
I looked at it yesterday, and I think it was like 80%.
Yeah, it's a bit over.
It's like 81%.
Well, how much is Icosa? Icosa's at about 97 cents or something, is it? How much is Icosa?
Yeah,
because it depends on the market price. It depends on the market price of Icosa, and you also have to think that if you do want to cash that out in Icosa, that's going to eat some slippage if it's really big. So, but yeah, if you had 100 points, if you had around 100 points, you've earned like 80, like around 83 or 81 or 83 Icosa so far. So that's like around 80%.
Basically, 1 million points for the SA stake equals to about $1. So
yeah,
if you had 30 million points, it's roughly $30. So I have one here. It's 31 million points, and it's filled up 25 Icosa so far. So pretty close.
Yeah, about 80%. So I think it'll just take a few more days, and we'll probably.
So is that based on you get what you put in, and then that's on top of it?
No. That's you have to say goodbye to that. So it's only about
whatever you put in is gone, and you just get the Icosa.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, what you put in is kind of like the piggy bank or the pinata. It's going to be destroyed when you unwrap that sucker, right?
It's the womb that is birthing the Icosa.
Yeah, exactly. Pizza can actually be all 4 food groups when you put on veggies, pineapples for fruit, meat for protein, and pie is grain. It's true.
Sounds like someone's making a pizza in the background.
Is that are you chopping vegetables, not the opposition?
No, I'm muted. I checked myself.
It's probably
Oh.
Bluey.
Blue, are you chopping vegetables with one hand and
Oh,
stroking your
that's
beard with
yeah.
the other?
That's some people. Hang on, I'll move inside. so
Wait,
you
no.
can-
What are you guys making over there? What's for dinner at
They're
your
making
house?
they're making an Airbnb apartment.
It sounds like someone's like honestly like chopping vegetables, but you're saying that's people actually like putting in baseboards and stuff, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Building.
All right. Michelle Obama tried to say that pizza counted as a vegetable for the school lunch. That's funny. Pizza's good for the soul. Uncle Will says 0.86. What's up with 0.86? Is that your return on what you put into the what's right now? Question mark.
Probably.
Elliot's in the house laughing.
0.86 is out of 0.1, so 86%. So they're around, I think it's around 80%, 86% of what you paid. So those people aren't whole yet. But it's only been, not even 100 days.
And how would you if you wanted to cash out on that, how would that work? You would just hit a button over there at icosa.app or something?
Well, you got two options.
ways.
Through the iCosa app, you can burn the NFT, and that gets you all of the yield in iCosa.
And it's a little button.
Yeah, press a button, or what you do is you sell it on marketplace like OpenSea, and they've been going for, I think, minimum 3 or 4x what they're actually worth.
Yeah, I think I heard you. So it's kind of, not very smart to burn that. You would want to be able to have the intellect to go over to the what's the NFT marketplace?
Yeah. Unless you're holding other ones, and therefore if you burnt it, that other one would be collecting more yield going into the future, along with everybody else who still has them and hasn't burnt them.
Well, that's another promotion for Pulse Chain, right? Pulse Chain comes out, we can get something better than OpenSea. Mintra, right? Isn't that a fork of OpenSea?
Yeah.
That Gerardo's working on?
Yeah, and there's also Hex Market, which is on Ethereum at the moment. And that's, I think, takes less of a fee. And you can actually, not many people know this, but you can actually stake Hedron over on hexmarket.com and collect some of those fees that people would pay for them.
Crazy.
I think
Finbear's in the house.
Power City's also going to have a NFT marketplace.
Well,
where's that story, Brazology?
The Power City, I think they're going to have an NFT marketplace
Power City.
as well.
Yeah. I think they said Paracity. What the fuck's that?
Porosity. Porosity. Friday is pizza day. Everyone knows that. That's right, Finbear. Friday is pizza day. Icosa is 86 cents. So 86, 87 cents. Aaron Cuatro Cinco's in the house.
Oh, okay. So it's a lot less percentage then. It's more like, I don't know, 70% of what you would have paid for it.
Yeah. I had Indian last night. I got to find a good pizzeria around here. I've seen quite a few pizzerias that mix the Indian food with the pizza. So they have like some really good curry pizzas. So you like curry chicken and stuff on your pizza. It's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. You got to try that.
I'd try it.
Don't shill pizza. I'll tell you what, if I can get sponsored by Little Caesars, first of all, I will definitely, disclose that I am getting free pizza from Little Caesars, so the SEC does not come after me for pizza fraud.
Yeah, just do hashtag ad.
Yes, this is a sponsored Little Caesars ad right here.
Yeah, it's funny how like they don't like give you enough detail to not get in trouble. It's like, what are you supposed to disclose? It's like they don't even specify. Like
there was something actually recently where they did do this whole thing on advertisements. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, because like I've taken like international like business marketing class at like community college or whatever, and like when they're talking about selling and ads, like there's a thing called being credulous, which is like not being an idiot. Like you have to take personal responsibility for the information you take in. and like it, whether or not, like, everything that you're taking in, you can't just assume for it to be the ultimate truth in any faculty, you know. So it's like, obviously, so if someone's selling you something or not, like, it should be assumed that that's just another person talking. You make
Breaking up.
Oh, I thought it was me. I thought it was just my shitty internet.
So I
really
found it. So you're breaking up. Can't hear you no more.
yeah, I turned to a robot.
Oh, there you go.
I died. I don't know where I died at, but yeah, like you have to be able to, you know, decipher for yourself whether or not something's like, what is even an ad? What are your ad? Like, everything's an ad. Everything's competing for your attention. So I mean, everything's an ad. Like, how you're getting paid for that is.
So I got an answer for that. I'll read it right here. Advertisements include any direct or indirect communication from an advisor to more than one person, or to just one person if the material in question includes hypothetical performance that offers the advisor's investment advisory services, or that offers new services to existing clients.
Yeah, and then if you get to define what advice is, or what an advisor is, like, that can mean anything.
Yeah.
And again, not financial advice, everybody. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. What's advice?
Now you can't get me, Mr. SEC.
Yeah, not financial advice. It's like, I'm not a financial advisor. Well, why would you assume someone is anything just because they're talking about something? That's your pre-assumption. Oh, he's talking about the weather. He must be a meteorologist. Like, no.
I mean, every time you open your mouth at all, you're giving, or even if you don't open your mouth, you're giving some sort of information, aren't you? So does that mean if somebody takes that as advice, it's advice?
Yeah.
Well, here's what you got to do. Anytime you talk about cryptos or anything financially related, right before you do so, you have to take a giant bong rip.
Yeah.
And then, like, come on, who's going to be like, okay, that guy's a financial advisor?
That guy, well, he would have been a financial advisor had he taken the bong rip. But if he didn't take the bong rip, then he's not a financial advisor.
Or you know, you're with a friend in a clothes shop, and they try on a jacket, and you say, not so sure about that one. Is that financial advice?
Yeah. Or style advice, culture advice, friendship advice. What? I mean, you can't breathe without. I advise you to. You're breathing right now. I advise you to breathe. Like, he gave me breathing advice. Are you fucking with me right now?
Financial advice. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah. What's a lifestyle? Yeah. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to control language. You can't own anything. Like, you can't call anything. They own whatever words you put down. It's just, like, absurd. Like,
that's the plan, and you'll be happy too.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so here's the SEC new marketing rules for investor goes into effect. So this is the one that you're referring to.
Yeah.
Basically, let's shoot to the highlights, because we're all about, you know, having someone else explain stuff to us. And so
I read that first one.
The marketing rule seeks to address technological advances and evolved market practice by, among other measures, modifying the definition of advertisement, modifying too many Christmas. Advertisements may include any direct or indirect communication from an advisor to more than one person, or just to one person if the material in question includes hypothetical performance. So anyone that ever pulls up a price chart anywhere ever in front of one person, that's considered advertising.
Hypothetical performance, like speculation on any level, dealing with what, like, being advice. This is for marketing. So this is like in regards to swaying someone's personal opinion on anything at all is now
You know,
illegal.
you think it'd be easier for you think it'd be easier for them just to make a law? We can do anything we want, anytime, to anyone, without any reason.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I mean, that giving any advice on anything with any intentional perception of it could do anything in the future. Like if you have any opinion on anything happening in the future, you are committing a crime.
See,
That's what that reads.
They have all these laws just so when people like SBF get too big for his britches, boom, now they got him for something.
They're not trying to get SBF, that's for sure.
They get to define, and they can just encompass any within their made up language because it's in this legislation, and that they just talked about changing. Now they're changing the definitions of this legislation that they made up originally because we voted for these people, or I don't know, like they get to make up what words mean because you get to vote for people that make up language. This is just that's absolutely insane.
If you are facing a consequence, a negative consequence every time that you express yourself, that's clearly not freedom of speech.
Well, that's
right.
That's clearly what's. I mean, that's what that reads as. Like you open your mouth. Do not express
thoughts or opinions.
Yeah. Period.
Gotcha,
end of story. You did it. You admitted to it. First off. So it's like. Right. That's how they got the last person. Like they admitted to it. It's like you admitted to doing anything. So yeah, of course you're guilty.
I mean, maybe it just wakes a few more people up. Hey, like the more they push and get more ridiculous. Like it's just if you were ever on the fence about the legitimacy of your government, maybe this will tip you over.
I was never on the fence.
No, I probably wasn't either. Gina Meinhardt says, I can't be an investment advisor. I'm a stoner. 100% on the bong rip. That would be good.
Yeah,
that would be a pretty good defense.
Yeah, I'll just be like, give me a drug test. I am not an advisor.
Yeah. And then that would hold the person that alleged that you would be like, you could just pass a law saying that, because this person should have known, or even if you ended up, testing positive for a drug at the time, if you were high at the time, what you said couldn't be, construed as an advisor, because everyone know, like that would just be written into legislation. Everyone knows, if they had THC in their system at the time, they could not be an advisor. That's written into the law. If you don't know that, like that's on you.
That's
like
why
they can just make this shit up.
I think the bong rip before the advice is mandatory.
Yeah,
Look, I was clearly out of my brain.
Obviously.
And you still took my advice? That's on you.
Yeah. Like Your Honor, I was clearly stoned out of my mind when I was talking about how much people should buy Little Caesars pizza. That's not really like you can't hold. If they thought that was good advice, that's on them. That's not on me. I'm just living life.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
When you're talking about Bitcoin and then Hex and then Little Caesar Pizza, and then you start talking about the conspiracy of SBF funding the Democrats, and I got the documents to prove it. Come on, you gonna take this guy seriously? Come on.
I think actually that New York Times article woke a lot of people up because it was so obvious to so many people on Twitter. Like all this stuff's coming out and we're seeing what he's done, and it's just like, and the New York Times comes out with that piece. It's just like,
well, and it's crazy. Notably, the marketing rule now treats indirect communications such as third-party social media comments. So your tweets that an advisor endorses or promotes, and non-written communications such as pre-recorded videos as advertisements subject to the relevant provisions of the new rule Conversely, the marketing rule expressly excludes extemporaneous live communications from the definition of advertisement.
Does that say it excludes live streaming?
I guess live streaming is the only place you can shill
live communications.
That's insane.
Well,
See, that right there,
by God, so
they were saying, what was the word they used?
Extra
not indirect advertising.
Yeah.
So they're gonna get you by having that shield on the back. So
Yeah.
that 555. That's
very
indirect shilling.
Yeah, and I smiled when he was doing that. So therefore, indirectly, I'm promoting what he.
Yeah, you had a positive reaction to that. This is insane. It's all crazy, and I've said this before. I'll say it again. There's only one rule. There's only one law, and that is obey. You know, everyone played the pandemic hokey pokey, and they just kept changing, you know, what was going on and what you needed to do and when you needed to do it and how you needed to do it. So there really is only one law, and that is obey.
What it's really showing is we're over the target as well. Like the only tool they really have in the end for the masses is fear.
Fear.
And what they're trying to do now is just crank up that fear. But the thing is, it's a diminishing returns thing for them as well. So, like, you keep trying to keep people in fear. At some point, they're going to go, whatever, and then it goes down, doesn't it?
Elliot adds that we should shotgun a beer after the bond rip, just for good measure.
Yes.
So they're like, look, he's drunk, he's high. Obviously, my client was not in a state to give financial advice.
About Little Caesars multiple times.
And then we saw him eat an entire thin crust by himself, claiming that he was an expert on the food pyramid. Your Honor, none of this can be considered.
Claiming he's eating vegetables.
He says he's eating his daily vegetables.
He claimed the pizza was a vegetable. Clearly, he's not a nutritionist.
Look, he showed us a pizza and said, look at this pyramid.
Hot and ready. That's what I'm talking about. The Hexicans are hot and ready for whatever comes next. That's insane.
What also shows that they've got absolutely nothing is that they're also going after people like Hexo's wife. Like, she got a bloody letter from the SEC.
Oh,
if
that is just not outright intimidation, like, I don't know what it is.
Well, doesn't the drama queen also? Isn't the drama queen also married? The guy that wears the makeup.
Oh, I've no idea.
Yeah, drama queen, drag queen. If he's married, why wouldn't his wife also get a subpoena? And why wouldn't everyone else who's married, why wouldn't their wife get a subpoena? Because she's not really a personality.
Yeah, I heard like someone found Hexo's address and just sent one to him and his wife.
Yeah. And I heard of another streamer another non-streamer who got it. It's just like you're just totally fishing. Or just trying to up the intimidation.
I think there's two non-streamers that got them that I know of.
How are they getting these specific people? Like, what kind of hat are they pulling these names out of?
Well, and I think Hexray Chick, I was talking to her about this, and she mentioned a couple days ago, why is everyone getting their own representation? Why don't they all go find a really good lawyer and go in this together? And then today, or maybe last night, Funding Jim said the same thing. He goes, why don't you guys get the best attorney or lawyer you can get, and then all join as a group rather than trying to take this all on individually?
Maddie said he
great minds think alike. What's that?
Maddie said he thought it'd be better if everyone did it individually.
Yeah, he's wrong.
I Richard Hart somehow.
I think another tactic might also be just to not respond to it.
Well,
don't even open the letter. Just you could even just send it back to them and say,
return to sender.
I mean, it's kind of true because, like, when you serve someone like a court order, like if you're suing someone, you actually have to put the thing into their hands. You can't just leave it on their doorstep.
Yeah, this is just a request. This is just a request from the SEC.
Right.
The other thing you could look down is going into is correcting your status and turning from a citizen into an American national as well, so that you're out of their jurisdiction. But that's a deep law hole that you want to really fully understand before you go down that one.
Yeah, that all that stuff is just like it needs to be covered by some Hexicans, or someone needs to get on that, because I mean, not being under the correct jurisdiction and all that, I mean, I would assume is going to be precedent in the future, like with all these shenanigans of this make-believe nonsense we keep finding ourselves in, because we give jurisdiction to criminals. So it's like we need to find a way to be able to exist on this planet without being subjugated by these people.
Well, there is a way, and a lot of people are doing it, but it does take a lot of you having to learn about the whole, like the system that they've set up, and then you can start playing the game and get out of their jurisdiction.
I don't know. Have you ever heard of the Last Flag Standing?
No.
He talks about being able to get your live jurisdiction somehow.
Is he on YouTube?
Your certificate of live birth. No, that's about correcting your status. And that's the path that I've gone down, and I have corrected my status.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I've been down that path for a long time, and I haven't been able to, it usually leads to, oh yeah, you gotta become part of a paid group or something, and blah blah blah.
No, there's free information out there. You can get the free information. I can give you the information if you want. How to do it. But in the end, it's not necessarily an easy path. Because you're going to have to stand up for your own. You're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet, and you're going to have to know how to handle different situations as they arise. And you can still make mistakes, but you're going to have to still know how to, you don't have to know the traps that they set in order to get you into their jurisdiction.
But
there are solutions out there. You just got to learn a lot, and understand it.
Yeah.
But if you want to take the time, then the tools are available for sure.
I'm confused in chat. Gina Meinhardt says we need a union. First of all,
I know.
We send our money to.
Well, yeah. The way that I was thinking about with all that is being part of a tribe. That's if you understand any Native American jurisdiction and how they operate with it, they have very distinct jurisdiction on their territories or whatnot. So I mean, I could see it being a lot easier compared to you have to know, I've looked into all this stuff for years and years or whatever. It'd be so much easier to just be, oh, here's my tribe identification card and leave me alone, because that's pretty much how they work. Or if they have these basically sanctuary areas that if they own it, people cannot come on to the property. It is a different, it's its own country. You can't, there's
jurisdiction.
Its own jurisdiction. If something were to take place there, you would have tribal police over there or something. You wouldn't have any other police over there, and they have their own way of dealing with stuff.
You actually have federal marshals on all of the reservations in America, because it's considered between two countries technically. So every time a body shows up or a body goes missing, it's actually the federal police that deal with the reservations. And there's a couple times when the reservations tried to exercise their sovereignty by growing hemp, not even like weed, but hemp for agricultural purposes, and they tried doing some other things, and the feds came in and destroyed it all. So at that point, you kind of knew that they were still under the same, jurisdiction as us.
So how do they get around the gambling laws to have their own casinos?
That's just one of the things that the feds are willing to give them.
You think?
Yeah, because I'm sure that they pay.
Are they state? Are they
I'm
state laws? Are those gambling things? They must be state laws because you can gamble in Nevada and all that. Eh?
Well, there's all these like jurisdictions and loopholes. Like if you, let's say, for instance, you had a boat, right, and you're in Nevada or Arizona or whatever, right, and you take this boat and it's just sitting in the middle of nowhere, but you fill up the area around it in a tub of water, 1 inch of water. Technically, there's some places where you can claim that that boat is on the water, and then it qualifies for all these maritime rules, even though
Yeah,
it's just a
so-
boat in a tub.
So
Like, there's
why do you
so
think?
many-
Why do you think it's called citizenship?
Look at that. Yeah, citizenship.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think down like Louisiana and stuff, like gambling is probably illegal down there, but you can actually gamble on the little steamboats.
Yeah.
Riverboat.
Right,
go
'cause
down the
they're in the
river.
Riverboats,
maritime-
steamboats,
They're in the
or
maritime jurisdiction. So you know
Yeah.
what it sounds like it is? It sounds like state jurisdiction, you're not allowed to gamble, but federal jurisdiction, you are allowed to gamble. And so because that boat is on the water, it's coming under federal jurisdiction. And because those reservations, I guess, come under federal jurisdiction, they can do it. That's
Yeah,
I don't know.
Long story short, the Indians are allowed to gamble,
That's yeah.
but not the Mexicans and not the whites, no one else. Just
but
the
then again,
Indians.
you've got gambling's legal in Las
Yeah.
Vegas or Nevada, but they don't have the lottery in Nevada. Have you noticed that?
I didn't
Where's
know
that? Like
Yeah,
Delaware
so
or
in the
something?
it's the state of Nevada, they have gambling in certain, I think it depends on the county that you're in, if it's allowed or not. But if you want to buy some lottery tickets, you got to drive over on your way to Kingman and get into Arizona, because Arizona has Powerball and Mega Millions, right? But in Nevada, they're like, we don't want to compete with the lottery here. We got our own gambling. So there's just like all these silly rules going on. Gina Meinhardt says, please remove the wench. Wait, is she calling me a wench? I don't know. There's too many of them in here. Newcomers get scared. They're the odd ones out. No, that's why we brought
Yeah,
you here.
Gina,
And
you're
Gina,
gonna make them feel comfortable.
You have the word "my." First of all, your profile pic has you wearing a hard hat. You have the word "mine" in your name. If anyone knows how to use a wrench, it should be someone with a hard hat and a mine heart in their name, right? So if anyone here needs a wrench, I think it's you. Yeah. Yeltsin says, get a good lawyer and come together. You only need one admin or more. Just saying. Well, I would say so too, but we get a lot of dating websites in here with an army of wrenches. I don't want your wrench, you wrench. I'll start banning you all and removing comments. Down with the admins. Gina, you sound like a real anarchist.
So I
T.
think
Rob,
do you guys know who Gina Reinhardt is?
No idea. I think it's obviously not a female.
Gina Reinhardt. Yeah, it is. Gina. The
There's
actual
no
Gina
females
Reinhardt.
in crypto, so I refuse to believe that.
I've seen Gina Meinhardt on stream. That is a dude and a half.
Yeah, I don't know who the actual Gina.
You ain't
Gina
fooling me,
Reinhardt is.
Gina. All right.
But the actual Gina Reinhardt is basically a mining magnate in Australia, and her dad.
So
her
that
dad
is
basically like
a character.
owns-
She's taken on an actual person named Gina Meinhardt.
It's a satire of a character. Yeah.
I like it.
It's a satire which is still fair use.
That's
So you're
hilarious.
speaking about the lottery. Did you guys see the new Powerball on the B&B pot?
No. What is the B&B pot up to?
Do you know about B&B pot?
Not very much. I try
Little
to
bit.
follow. I've been looking into that one and Win-Win, but
So
Win-Win hasn't
B&B
bought that.
pot, they originally were gonna launch with Pulse pot, but
Mhm.
because Pulse Chain is taking its sweet little time, they decided to just launch it on Binance Chain first. And so recently, they've had the jackpot, which is everyone just puts in whatever amount of money. If you put in $5 and there's $100 in the pot, you got a 5% chance at winning.
My first ever crypto 1000x was on something called Peer Plays, which was they wanted to do something kind of similar where you get the token and people gamble, and part of those gets paid as dividends to the token, and then it was and then it all collapsed, but that was my first 1000x.
Nice. So B&B Pot, they've only had Jackpot for a little while, but they just introduced, or they just announced, the Powerball. And instead of having the thing go off every 3 minutes, this one only goes off once every 7 days. So we could potentially see some really big pots.
That's awesome.
Might be worth throwing $5 in there.
T Rob says, I'm ready to ride that electric bike again. That's awesome. Yeah, we took our electric bikes and our electric dirt bikes down to Texas on our tour. And so we were giving out electric bike rides at all our meetups. And it's good to see you're feeling better, MJ. Yeah, good to see you feeling better. He has suffered a heart attack recently, and he's just recovering from that. Also, shout out on Twitter, if anyone knows any good business deals or opportunities down in Texas, T-Rob is looking to start some entrepreneur type stuff down there in Texas. So reach out to T-Rob on that. Yeah, good to have you. Everybody block Gina. It's what she wants, and we try to be accommodating. Will Crypto, high frequency radio on YouTube.
That's a good one.
What's high frequency radio on YouTube?
He talks about a lot of this stuff that I was mentioning before about becoming a national or correcting your status, and about jurisdiction and stuff like that. James C. Lovett is another one, which is really good. Another YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Information's out there. Don't Google for it. Ask some Hexicans to point you in the right direction.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of comments here. It's because Blue Bum showed up. Every time Blue Bum comes up, he gets the conversation going. Bristology from all the green screen blackouts. Why that one?
Just wanted to flex my wealth.
He's giving you guys an opportunity to see where all the magic happens. That's really what's going on.
That's where I beat my meat like it owes me money.
Boy.
And we're at PG-13. Finbear says, can I identify as an Indian, get my share of that casino money? You know what? That's a good question. I say, Finbear, you try it and tell us how it works out, and then we'll follow your lead. But whatever you do, do not talk about your opinion about it, because then you'll be advertising. They'll be all over you. Yeah, Kansas City riverboat gambling. Do you guys watch Ozark on Netflix?
No.
Oh, it's all about money laundering. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen. Despicable characters, really good writing. I mean, it is like
Bateman.
Chef Kiss. Yep. Most people think it's just a show. I watch that show with a pen and a piece of paper. I take notes. Like if you were wanting to start a meth lab and you were watching Breaking Bad and you're like taking notes by what they're doing and how they're setting stuff up, that's kind of where I watch Ozark, because I'm like,
the killer fan.
Finbear, feather or dot. I don't get that.
I don't get that.
What kind of Indian?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
7-Eleven kind, or the... See,
Briz is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I'm just a raging racist.
They have a very strict test if you're Native American. They ball up a piece of paper on the ground and you shed a single tear.
I don't get that.
There's a commercial from the 70s that used to play
about littering.
So they would litter, and they had this actor who was not Native American at all, and he would turn and he would have a single tear running down his cheek, like you were breaking the Native American's heart, that you were ruining the land. Right. Alan Fitz is coming in hot with the bits. Very funny comedic bits. Finbear, the wood kind of Indian. Okay. We're getting canceled today. It's not even the shilling Little Caesars. It's gonna be my downfall. It's gonna get canceled for that. Alan Fitza has some emojis that they're not even showing up. Tin Top in the house. What's up, Hexicans? What's up? We got Katie representing the Wrench Army and the Visioneers. Like I said, I like calling you guys the Visioneers because I'm Hexray Vision, and we have a very specific vision for the future. Our vision includes trying to bring with as many people as we can with us in this party over the 24-25 wave that I believe is coming up, right? If we can free as many Hexicans and onboards financially in this next wave, then our army will be 10 times, 100 times stronger for the 28-29 wave. And so I'm focused on the 28 recruiting people and freeing them for the 28-29 wave.
And I have a vision that we have sharks with lasers on their heads.
Yeah.
Alan says he's streamed with Gina. Gina is dope. What's up? Briz only knows about BNB and pot separately.
Combined them.
Does anyone watch Crypto 7 at all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was talking about how like finding the bottom having to do with the Bitcoin halving. That's
normally how it goes, pretty much. Yeah.
But he was saying, I mean, basically, like the bottom of the last market cycle that it happens every 4 years, and that like we're 12 days away from like the last bottom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not that. It's about a year out from the halvening. People start getting excited again, and then 6 months out is normally when it tops or something, isn't it?
Well, every cycle you see more front running because everyone in crypto is a degenerate gambler. They're all trying to like play chicken and beat them. Like as soon as they smell smoke and the house starts on fire, they want to beat everyone out the door.
And you know what might make this run up even crazier is that now there's like pretty much a direct correlation between the cryptos and the stock market. And during 2024, all of the people are going to be trying to pump up the markets, trying to make their political guy look good. That might run up things even harder, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's what me and Jay Freedom were talking about yesterday on stream. Was we were talking about the Fed claims that they're going to raise the interest rate till they kill everybody, and then they're going to pause for a few months and then lower it. So that's their playbook. And the weirdest thing on earth is that the Fed has actually been doing what they said they were going to do, which is not normal. Usually they're like, hey, we're going this way, and then of course they go that way. But this time they've actually been like, yeah, we're going to raise the rate, and then they do. We're going to raise it by this much, and then they do. It's like this is not normal. Brizz's killer fan. Yeah, so like I said, if depending on how that weird messing with the economy lines up with the halvening and the front runners, that could be a really interesting time. And as soon as Pulse Chain pops off, that's also going to add a whole new twist to all of crypto, not just our little community.
Yeah, we're really not going to know what to sell in the next bull run.
Well, think about it like this.
Stuff on ETH chain, stuff on Pulse chain, Hex, Icosa, Hedron, Wats's, bloody whatever other.
SBF was stifling crypto. Like, they were just basically selling down. They were doing something really negative. Now that parasite is out of the system, dude, I don't know. I think the next run up might be even crazier.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, what happens in 2008 if everyone does, all those banks don't get bailed out? What would have, it would have been, blood in the streets for a while, but then everything gets to grow back and pumps even harder.
Yeah, so what FTX doesn't get bailed out? They don't get $800 billion because they were too big to fail?
Well, why would they pay someone who's laundered money and sent it to them? unless that's basically like recycling the ETH, right? So they're just going to bail them out, give FTX the money, send it to Ukraine, put it back into FTX, and then send it back to. So yeah, it's literally just recycling. That's hilarious. Gina,
But it becomes completely separate from the crypto market because
Right.
all of their stuff was actual crypto that they were holding that had any value.
Where
But,
does
like,
the
if you just
ETH
keep-
go?
Well, can you explain this? So Gina Meinhardt is explaining the triple entendre she's got here. So she says
The
we
triple
like
entendre.
burning coal for
Yeah.
power here. So we started a group called Genesis Mining to be a piss take on Genesis Mining, the geothermal cold air aspirated firm. Woo, that's deep. That's poetic. That's like a lot rolled up into one. Dude, Completion Fells in the house. What's up, Completion? Good to see you. So like this is the way I see crypto and Pulse Chain. Crypto is 99.999% degenerate gamblers, just like the stock market, right? There's all these people that are like chasing the dragon, they're chasing the dopamine rush, and they want quick, easy, fast money, right? They want that hit. And so imagine you're running around a casino gambling like you are on Ethereum or Binance, and then all of a sudden someone says, hey, there's a casino across the road, and all of you guys all have stacks of chips sitting over there. As soon as they find out that, wait, I got free chips, they're going to jump over there and try to like hit the cashier cage if they don't want to gamble there, or they're going to start trying to gamble over there. It's a circus, man. And so as soon as Pulse Chain launches and people say, wait, I got some chips over there, boom, it's on. It's going to be insane. The bridges, the exchanges, it's going to be lunacy. Right?
Yeah, especially if it's like incredibly fast and incredibly cheap to do stuff over there.
Yeah.
They're going to stay. Like I know when I went over to Poly back in the day when we first kind of found out about that as hexagons and went over there, like I was pulling shit out of liquidity, putting stuff in, pulling out, like it was just like a free for all. And you just didn't give a shit because it wasn't costing you anything in transactions.
Moonboy says Gina looks like her name is pronounced Gaina.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through a couple more of these. Blue Blum has been killing it with the Hedron Icosa streams. #respect. Yeah, so much has been happening with Icosa, Hedron, and Poly lately. It's like, dude, that is a whirlwind activity over there. I don't need. That's got to be like 20 hours of the day that you're following that stuff.
Yeah, I realized today that I was actually giving out some wrong information about something as well. So there's this, like when the Poly stuff happened, the SA, the source address of Hedron reacted by running this function called inject liquidity. And and basically it's just me finding out another tool that the SA had. Like I knew it had the inject liquidity, but I thought it could just do it at the start. But it turns out anybody can run this thing.
This sounds like anabolic steroids when you say injecting liquidity. Like I'm picturing like someone really like, woo!
Well, it kind of is, because what it allows the SA to do is take a whole lot of Hedron, run this function called inject liquidity, and it can choose how many days it wants to run it over for. So this last one, it did 750 billion Hedron for 360 days.
Wait, stop that. You glossed over that.
Say a number and it runs us like what?
Let's go back. Let's go back. They set it up for what?
Is it the Icosa contract or the Hedron contract? I think it's the
Icosa. That's one connected to the SA, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's in the Icosa contract. There is a function, and that function is not on the Icosa app, so it's not like easy for people to know about. But what you can do if you run this function is you can take a whole lot of Hedron and you can run it for a certain amount of days. And what it does is it divides that Hedron up over however many days. Like let's say if it's 100 Hedron and you're doing it for 10 days, it's going to split that Hedron into 10 each day. And that Hedron goes directly to Icosa stakers. And also at the same time, it works out how much Hedron divides it by the T-share rate, and it comes out as Icosa as well into all three of the pools.
Does that go to WhatsApp holders or no?
Yes. So,
Nice.
so what that
Awesome.
means
A
is,
guy I know has got a what?
Guy knows.
so what that means is into the future. Let's say all of the yields in these pools starts drying up. The SA has the ability to like allow to say like, okay, you're going to get. He's going to make it. He's going to be able to make it more incentivized for people to go into it. So he's going to be able to almost set the yield rate. Like he won't specifically be able to set the yield rate because it'll be in like COSA and Hedron, and those prices are fluctuating. But he's going to be able to just keep it going. Like the SA has an incredible number of tools. I'm picturing him like a mechanic, and he's able to like put a bit of oil in here, put a bit of petrol in there, and he's able to keep the whole thing going. Because he's also got that massive war chest from the Wattses.
He's like turning cranks over here, flipping switches.
I thought we were all the SA.
That's the
Yeah, we are all the SA.
If you have a Wattse, you are. Yeah.
What's up, SA?
What's up?
We're all the sloth. We're all the sloth.
I think someone needs to clip Brisk doing that stuff with his hands, so we get an idea of what the magic's like on the bed behind him.
What Alex is doing on the back end.
He's a multitasker.
What if currency was like a fifth dimensional time lord that we were like projecting as these different blockchain entities that are doing liquidity, providing and whatnot, and it's just like bringing together the different groups of the world to focus their attention and energy, and they're just described like with like hedron and hex and these different shapes, geometrically speaking, like forming own space outside of time. Seeing it.
Yeah, you're breaking up again, and you're very stoned.
I'm like, yeah, man. I'm right there with you, bro. But yeah, no, it's I was actually pretty impressed with the Hedron stake payout. It seems like it really got kicked up the other day. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I saw that, I was like, heck yeah. You know what I did? I tripled my Hedron stake. I minted some Hedron, and I tripled that Hedron stake.
Yeah, I bumped mine up a little bit as well when I saw that.
Bro, I bet you so many people did. Great minds think alike, right? Come on.
If they do another round of what's NFTs, how much more participation do you think they would see that now that people have seen how things have worked out?
Oh, I mean, yeah, for this, the way that this is like programming within the bear, like it's become, it's become its own. I mean, you can't use words without getting in trouble, but it's kind of like its own safety net. I mean, even with the concept of like trapeze artists and like flying through the air and all this, and then you have this net of like random derivatives and airdrops being built around the positive choices that you made for yourself in the future. And it's just like, oh, well, if I continue to walk this tightrope of the right choices that are being laid out before me that has this net underneath it, like I can't go wrong. And it's just like, not everyone can see what that line is, but the net's being built underneath what those choices are. And like, we are all that. And we're like building it as we're going towards the future for ourselves. And it's just like, I mean, that's why we just need to be able to connect the dots of like who's really in control with these different nonsensical jurisdictions and language barriers, like what's really being built that we aren't, all processing exactly the way that we need to.
Yeah, and Sandy Beach says she also bumped up her staked Hedron as well.
Who said that? Sandy?
Sandy B, yeah. It's great minds think alike.
That's right. That's for the link.
Hey, check this out right here. Let me flash this on screen a couple times. Where did it go? Here it is, right here. Boom. Texan token airdrop claim. 1 day left. This is like if it's an alarm going off. Hopefully, no one's staring at the screen having a seizure. You got like 1 day to claim your million Texan tokens if you were staked on July 4th, sacrifice for Pulse, sacrifice for Pulse X. You know,
I know
is that
a bunch of
a
Sorry, go
UTC? Is that a UTC turnover? So it's like 1.5 hours from now, and then 24
well,
hours.
the Texans are so damn independent. That
Texas time?
This is literally Texas time that they're
Hell
rolling in.
yeah.
They don't
That's
give
smart.
a damn. They're
That's
like
so smart.
they'll
Yeah.
shoot it with it inside city limits. They do not care. They do what they want in Texas, man. So I believe that's
I
Texas
know
time.
a lot of people that have claimed their free Texan tokens, and you get, hey guys, you get 1 million of them
And that's per wallet.
per wallet.
So you can get 1 million per wallet that you have either,
Hex
sacrificed
stakes.
from or that you had hex stakes during July 4th. And Functional says high noon. It's high noon.
Is it really?
Alan, no, it's midnight, I believe. Alan says that the link touched him. I didn't click on that link, but yeah. And then he says, I just checked my Kaikosa yield.
That's
Yeah.
in the last 2 days. Wait for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun times. Crazy. Well, hey, I can't believe it. I got so much brain power and great really, really good recommendations about how to avoid getting hit with the SEC by just using chemicals and substances on stream. That was really good
That
advice.
That is.
I think we learned a
fauna.
lot. We learned a lot about
just-
pizza.
If you get a letter, just get stoned and forget about it.
Yeah.
Well,
That
my
is
question: how
floral
much
advice.
weight does a letter actually hold if you're not served or anything?
I
Like,
think
that's
it's just a
like a
request from
weird-
them, and like, don't take up their request.
To
Like, that's how
lightfully
I see it.
decline.
I mean, I don't got a family
Lightly.
to protect or whatever, but
I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it'll be crazy. So at the end of our this is what we do at the end of our stream. We like to play some nice night driving music, and want all of you guys to wave as awkwardly as possible at the camera while we slip into the next stream. That I'm sure there's another stream about to begin because this is Hex. So here we're gonna play a little bit of music here. I want all of you guys to just look into the camera, even not the opposition, even though he doesn't have a camera. And I want you to wave very awkwardly goodbye to the Visioneers.
Fuck.
Don't look at the other people, it will make you die with laughter. Just look straight in the camera.
Bye.
It's killing me. Oh my gosh. I love that. We're just gonna keep that up. That's our thing. Awesome. All right, later, homies. We'll catch you tomorrow around the same time.
Later.
See you guys.